Dear ex-Muslims, so I understand. So through reading a lot of your posts on the website on the internet and reading your stories, I if you go back and look at it, if you say you read someone else's, you'll probably notice it better. That almost all of your complaints with Islam have nothing to do with Islam. They're all emotional arguments. None of them are logical arguments. They're all emotional arguments. And my brother Ali Dawa has some great da'wah for atheists, and about how this is an emotional versus logical argument, right? So these are emotional because let me give you an example here, and this affects even me. This affected me a long time ago. So if you go to a masjid, right? So let's say you go to a masjid and this is maybe your first time there in a long time. So you're not wearing the proper clothing. So when you're praying, you can't have a face of an animal or a face of a person on your shirt. So let's say you have that, right? And then this one old uncle, old man comes and says, "Hey, get out of here," or "Take off that shirt." And maybe for the sisters, you're not wearing your hijab correctly, you're not wearing a hijab at all, your clothing is a little tight. They're like, "Hey, why are you doing that? Get out of here," right? So this is extremely un-Islamic, first of all, because the Prophet, peace be on him, said, "I was sent to perfect character." But every time you meet a so-called religious person who is practicing, who's doing the five, you meet him at the masjid, a place of worship, he's praying his 5 prayers, but he treats you like crap. And maybe this happens once or twice. After that, you're like, these Muslims are terrible people. Why are they doing this, right? And then as an emotional problem, you're like, I don't like going to the masjid anymore. And you just stop going at all. Maybe you lose faith in God, and that's how you become an ex-Muslim. Almost all of these cases are due to bad people, right? So I guarantee you, go read some, and all of them are, "Oh, I met some Muslims doing this. I met some Muslims." So you met some bad people. Welcome to the world. A lot of people are bad, that's just the way the world is. But so this affected me as well, where I kind of went away from Islam until I met some great brothers. Yeah, mashallah, these are very, very religious people, and not doesn't mean they're sitting around and reading Quran all day. No, they're fun, they're nice, they're religious. They know when it's time to pray. They know when it's time to do Islamic things, but they also have fun. We'd eat out. We'd go walking around San Francisco. I'm in the Bay Area, so we go to San Francisco and see the sights. We'd talk. We watch halal movies, as in movies that aren't dirty. So we do lots of fun things. We talk about important topics, not only Islam, but so this is really, it comes down to the people you meet are very important and they affect you. So when you meet a bad person and they happen to be Muslim, and you meet another bad person and they have to be Muslim, that's how Muslims get a bad name. That's why in America, Muslims are terrorists, right? Because of ISIS and stuff like that are giving Muslims a bad name. If you look up actual terrorism related things, a very small percentage of terrorism around the world has been due to Muslims, but that's what's all in the news, right? If you look at the news, you'll be like, "Oh, Muslims are the worst, and so therefore I hate Muslims and I don't want to be a Muslim and I'm going to walk away." I encourage you. I've heard from ex-Muslims or previous ex-Muslims that they do eventually come back to Islam, usually many years later when they have some sort of epiphany. But I'd encourage you, if these are the bad Muslims that are making you run away, then don't hang out with them. Go to a different masjid, find some good friends, and they will help you. They'll prevent you from leaving Islam. Maybe they'll help you come back to Islam. But I'd say just generally don't be around bad people, Muslim or not. That's all I have for now. Peace be upon you.